Hi, my name is Frank White and welcome to another episode of Photography Tips and Reviews. First of all, let me apologize. It's been a while since I've released a video and I hope to be more consistent going forward. Had a lot of things going on in the recent past, but for those of you guys who did not desubscribe and are hanging in there with me, I appreciate it. For you guys who are new, welcome. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, as you guys know, I primarily shoot and make video with Canon gear, and I decided to write Canon a Dear John letter. Now, what is a Dear John letter? A Dear John letter, yeah, it's one of those letters that you write when you're about to break up with somebody, or you're writing to break up with them. So this isn't quite a Dear John letter, but it's along those lines. So without further ado, check out this letter from the standpoint of a Canon fanboy. Dear Canon, you and I have grown together. I thought I'd eventually grow old with you. We've been through a lot together, and I committed myself to stand by you through the years. First, you came out with the 5D, and I was blown away. The image quality from that full-frame sensor was groundbreaking, and even if I opted not to go with the 5D, you offered me a variety of bodies to choose from. There was the T2i, the T3 and T4i with the articulating touchscreens, and later the 7D, a truly amazing body, super fast. After the 5D, you introduced me to the 5D Mark II, and I was the envy of the pack. Everyone wanted one. The video was truly awesome. Imagine shooting video at 1080p. Hell, it was bold and groundbreaking. I didn't think it could get much better, but you upped the ante and released the 5D Mark III. I cried. I was so proud to have you on my arms. And again, you pushed the envelope. You showed me what a well-rounded body looked like. The additional autofocus points allowed me to reach new heights, and that full-frame sensor in the 5D Mark III made my friends and colleagues green with envy. And oh, the speed, the build quality, I was just so damn proud to be with you, Canon. Time went on. My friends and colleagues began allowing me sneak peeks of the bodies on their arms, and I gotta say, they were looking good. They began showing me things like 4K video, greater dynamic range, and in some cases, electronic focusing tools like focus peaking and zebras. But my aging 5D Mark III, while no longer providing me a creative edge over those other guys, was still adequate and capable. Besides, with the 5D Mark II being the original king of DSLR video, I secretly knew you, Canon, would be a knight in shining armor and would come through with the 5D Mark IV and the 6D Mark II. Once they saw I could video in 4K using the entire full-frame sensor, use a fully articulating screen, and shoot between 8 and 10 frames per second in burst mode, I'll again walk around with the best body on my arms. They would look at the dynamic range and just salivate. I waited impatiently for that 5D Mark IV. No worries though. I knew you would give me the body I desired and the wait would be worth it. You'd already given me the best autofocusing system known to man in a DSLR camera body. You'd already learned that although the flagship 1D Mark II is an awesome camera, we found the dynamic range underwhelming. And you were seeing an exodus to Nikon for its dynamic range. Sony and the other mirrorless camera makers, I'm not going to mention their names. Nope, I'm not going to mention Fuji, Olympus, Panasonic, and Pentax by name, but surely the 5D would reverse this exodus trend. I mean, we both know that more professional photographers shoot with Canon than those other guys, and many of us consider you, Canon, the Apple of professional DSLR. But I'm disappointed in the 5D Mark IV Canon. Don't get me wrong, the 5D Mark IV, it's a great camera. There is some improvement in the dynamic range. Its burst mode is a little faster, and it does shoot 4K with some caveats. And its autofocusing system is still second to none. But Canon, it's not that leap from the 5D to the 5D Mark II, or that leap from the 5D Mark II to the 5D Mark III. Your dual pixel RAW system seems to be, to me, more marketing than useful. Yes, it's a nice camera, although most of us would rather buy another company's camera for video. Some of us are opting for mirrorless features found on other companies' bodies. And again, I won't mention their name, Panasonic. I get that mirrorless and optical digital cameras are apples to oranges, but you see some of the features we want. Some of us are leaving for other companies' bodies with higher dynamic range, Nikon. So Canon, I find myself conflicted. I made a commitment to you in this relationship, and I plan to walk with you proudly in my twilight years. But I don't know if I can wait another 4 years for you to catch up. I'm so conflicted. I'm so conflicted and torn. I don't want to leave you, Canon. Promise me. Promise me that if I wait for you, it'll be worth it. Promise me the next leap will be all I desire and more, and promise me that it'll come sooner than 4 years. Promise me that when I walk down the aisle with you on my arm, I'll once again beam with pride while others look at you wantonly and longingly. Canon, I'm going to stay for now, but forgive me if I stray. Your fanboy, Frank. I hope something in that letter spoke to you, said something to Canon that you were probably thinking, may want to say to Canon. In any case, if you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Take a moment, hit that subscription button. And if you got any comments, leave them below. If you're gonna shoot anybody today, shoot them with a Canon or a camera of your choice. And remember, keep shooting, no matter what.